exciting. Oh, and they're off. They're ready. That was quick.
Yeah, doing pretty good with that. Although Uncle's text is rather ominous to begin with here, and those bombs do not necessarily say you are going to have a bad time.
No, that's very true.
Interesting developments to start with here.
Yeah. It's good though, having bombs and escape that early is really helpful, as everybody knows. They can check the 3 chests in the basement, and then they'll have some bombs left over for Kakariko.
Yeah, and it can be oddly pathetic going in terms of Uncle's stuff here. Like, the first time that he told me this seed is sub 2 hours guaranteed, it actually was one of the first sub 2s that I got.
Oh wow!
When it's starting with this. And then there's been 1 or 2 others where he's like, this seed is the worst, and it really has been absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how sometimes that works out. But,
yeah,
you know.
Sometimes Uncle knows best.
Sean leaving that 20 rupees behind, that could be kind of good at the start of the race, you know. It's unfortunate when he'd already been climbing the stairs by the time it dropped, because, yeah, 20 rupees at the beginning is a very good start towards what you want for Kakariko.
Yeah, very true. You do want to get those 100 rupees so you can check the bottle merchant item.
Yeah, if you've got bombs before going in, the goal is to generally get at least 50 rupees before Kakariko, because with the well and Blind's Hut, you can get 50 rupees out of there. So if you have enough bombs, then you can just do that and then get the bottle vendor straight away.
Yeah, very true. And we got a heart piece in here, so...
Yeah, second one so far.
Yeah.
Heart pieces can be interesting because of the timing of them. Sometimes if you end up getting one in the middle of a dungeon, which really helps out, you know, you can just get the full heart refill when you're really low. But,
yeah,
of course, it's randomizer, so timing that is pretty much impossible.
Yeah, that's very true, yeah. You can't really time it yourself, but it is nice, I guess, when you get a heart piece and a free refill. Sandcart's really helpful for that as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I haven't seen the Sandcart in a seed in a while, I feel like, but I don't know.
So it's the typical one that always happens to me is I get the final heart piece whenever I'm going to save quit. So, you know, you get the refill and then you're going to be save quit anyway, and it's like, well, that was wasted.
Yep. All those hearts are gone.
God, getting in the way of Sean a little bit there.
Yep. Oh, and both of them do the 8 slash
Very
method,
nice.
so...
Yeah, from what I was told, that's the fastest way of doing it, but if you miss any of the slashes, then 1 pot 4 slashes faster.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Extra bombs, very nice.
Can't have too many bombs.
Is this the Dark Magician seed we've been hearing about?
Yeah.
Just bombs everywhere?
Just bombs, yeah.
I had one like that actually in the new logic recently, where I swear I got practically every single bomb pickup within the first, before even leaving Kakariko. There was maybe 2 left in the entire seat by the time I left there.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, and that gets to a point too where if you've reached your capacity for bombs, then getting them afterwards is useless, so...
Yeah, and I had long since got the capacity fit up there, you know. But hey.
That's alright, that's randomizer for you.
Yep. So with the setup at the moment, if nothing changes rupee-wise, this would be the sort of seed I'd consider going to South Hyrule first. Because lots and lots of bombs, you can definitely do the stuff down there and in Kakariko. And no rupees and no bottle. So there'd be a chance you'd be missing 2 items in Kakariko.
Yep, and that's true. And depending on when they get a bottle, they may not remember whether or not they've, checked the sick kid or the bottle merchant for that matter, just because it's so routine for them to do it so early on.
Yeah, I feel like especially the vendor would be the target for that, because that is pretty much always something that gets done at the start.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is a little surprising. Oh, well, we have Wolfie here killing the snakes, hoping for a drop.
Well, there's 20. If Sean had picked up the original 20, then he might have actually had enough to do the usual play here. But we've still got, what, 3 items left to get? Because I don't think the map's been picked up yet.
No, it hasn't.
Still 3 items left to pick up here. There's plenty of chance for rupees.
Yep, and they can open up the bomb wall, and who knows, maybe there'll be 300 rupees sitting in there.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Oh, we'll get to see that in just a minute here from Sean.
More bombs!
More bombs. The map. And a heart piece. Okay. No rupees at all.
Are we sure this isn't the Dark Magician scene?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone should check the spoiler log.
That's the thing with the way these are generated, is there is no spoiler log for these.
Yeah. Which is for the best, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so see what the priest is hiding in the sanctuary.
It's a really fast escape time, by the way. 5:45. That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
Hey, there's the money.
There's some money. Perfect. Yeah, but thankfully they didn't really have to kill a whole lot for a bomb drop since they got bombs in the first chest, so
yeah, definitely.
That probably saved them some time.
So I guess we just raided the old guy's donation box there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe not the best thing to do in a church is to take their money, but you know,
nobody
we need
ever
it, right?
said Link was a vanguard of justice. And
no, that's true.
So fairies are the blue rupee drop, huh? That's interesting. I mean, if there's ever any need for the catchment of bottle or something, I doubt there would be, but you know, for players just coming into it, that'd be an interesting one to find.
Yeah, for sure.
Wolfie's actually going to check the green tier here as well. And it is bombs.
Bombs,
okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good green tier to get.
It is, yeah. Not
16.
that it was... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say 16 bombs to killing one enemy and pulling the tree. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, not incredibly needed at this moment, but hey, we got the flute.
The money. Because if there wasn't any money in that box at the end, then would have been missing the flute at the start. That would have felt pretty bad.
Yep, definitely. And now he can just go straight into Kakariko and unlock the bird, and he's going to be fast traveling from here on out.
Oh yeah. So this is one thing that even you don't, when you have the conditions to go south side, it's still not always the best idea, because sometimes you do just miss the things here, but this is randomizer. You can never really tell. Sometimes you'll find a bottle, flute, bow, etc., all the stuff that you want down in the south side, and then you come back and get all the good stuff. You can never tell before going into places, so you just have to commit to whatever you're going to choose.
Yeah, that's very true. But we'll get to see now what's in the basement of, I think this is Blind's house?
Yes.
His childhood home?
Yeah, because if you talk to the guy, then he tells you about Blind.
Yeah.
How he hates light, and that's supposed to be a clue later on in the game. All the money!
Oh.
This is why he's a thief!
I guess so. And the moon pearl
too. Okay.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, they've got 300 extra rupees now and the moon pearl.
So this is why Blind is... Oh, and the
and the mint!
Okay. This is why Blind is a cat guy in the Dark World then, because he forgot to take his moon pearl with him.
Yeah. Wow, what an exciting hut. That's good.
I mean, so this is the sort of seed. I think when we were speaking with Willard before, this is the sort of seed that he really doesn't like in one sense, because you've already got Titan's Mint and Moon Pearl straight away. You're in Kakariko. Where do you go?
Yeah.
You have
I think
so many places.
Oh, I know. And I think at this point, just while he's here, it might be a good idea to just go right into the Dark World and check chess game and, you know, the C-shaped house and all that kind of stuff. He can't warp back easily, but yes, he does have Master Sword now, which makes it a little easier. The only unfortunate thing is that he can't warp back with the mirror, so he'd have to save and quit.
So that would, especially with having right now, that would tempt me into still doing the standard route to begin with, and then once I've gotten a little bit more in terms of resources, go into the Dark World.
Yeah. But we'll see what Sean decides here, and then we'll see what Wolfie decides.
Yeah, I mean, it's even possible to just get the stuff opened up at Death Mountain if they really wanted to. Probably not the greatest opening idea, but it's definitely possible, and that just shows how many variations we could have here.
Yep. Yep, I think that their options now are Dark World. They could go to what's that cave called? The Moldorn Cave at this point. Or they could do Death Mountain.
You could even check Misery Mire because
they could check
the
Mire.
flute.
Yep. Yep, so there's lots of options, and there's a bottle.
Now, if I was in Sean's situation here, I might actually release that bead next to, since I've been told about this now, I might actually release that bead next to the merchant guy, because if it's a gold bead, then you get 100 rupees off of that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, he actually buys good beads for 100 rupees. He just drops out 520.
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I forget who exactly told me that first, but definitely something worth considering at the moment.
Yeah, that's definitely good knowledge to have. Oh, we have the red boomerang in the library, so I'm sure he'll be skipping that.
Yeah, I've had some interesting glitches show up with that. Alright, green at Hera, right? And then red desert, and crystal 4 was Eastern. That's what I picked up there.
Okay. We have the mirror in the race maze, so they have...
Yes, I think I might want to pick this up now.
Yes!
Now, there you go! It's like, okay, now where do I go? I could use the mirror to get back for the Dark World now, so what do? You know?
Now they just need the hammer and they're set, really, for Dark World, so... really interesting. A lot of really good early items here, so... But you know what, that doesn't always mean it's going to be a quick seed. This could still end up, you know, being a search for the fire rod or something at the end.
And I feel like if you're Wolfie, this might actually not be the sort of seed that you wanted to see here. Being the game down already, this is the sort of seed where, you know, those sorts of decisions at the start can really make a massive difference. And
yeah,
it's going to be a very difficult seed to determine there, right? So Ether is needed from Mire. We don't actually know if Mire is necessary yet, though.
No, we don't. And I wonder if Sean will map here in the Dark World to check and see.
That was great use of the invincibility frames there, though, from going into the water, just coming in. It's great, okay? Going into the hut here and still being in iframes, so he didn't get hit by the Sparkies on the way past.
Yeah, it's good. Good method. And I think he's probably gonna... Oh, he's gonna check the ledge item here at Desert. Let's see what it is. I mean, he does need it right now if he wants to go to Zora, but he's probably thinking there's so much that he can do. He may just find those extra rupees on the way.
And without the flippers, you might not want to go there first. Speaking of...
Oh, well. There you go.
Speaking of...
Yeah, ask and you shall receive.
Oh, dear. I have a habit of doing that for some reason. There's the mushroom. That's it.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, it's a fitting place for a mushroom to grow.
I guess so, yeah. A dark cave behind a bunch of blocks and... Okay.
So, looks like... I didn't get to see what was on Spectacle Rock because of a drop there, but it looks like Wolfie's just jumping straight into the Spec Rock cave here. See if there's actually anything good.
The lamp.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep. So no dark rooms today. From these two, or from him anyway. I'm sure Sean will find that later.
More money for Sean.
Yep.
Because we haven't raided enough old coffers yet.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So Sean's got quite a few options now too. I wonder if he'll drop off that mushroom now or if he's gonna wait until he can do, you know, Zora and all of that.
I would say with the flute and tone now seems like a reasonable idea, but I also completely agree with going down into South Hyrule stuff as well. There's a lot of places you can do here. One thing that could have been done maybe was the flute to deliver the mushroom and then come back for it later on if you were to go there, you know, maybe to get potions or something. Yeah.
No, that's definitely a good plan, because you do need to leave the screen anyway, so
yeah,
why not, right? Oh, the Cane of Samaria was on Spectacle Rock. Wow.
That's not bad either.
No, that's really good.
Since it's only needed for maybe 2 places, it can be really difficult to pick up. that particular item. As much as I love it, it's my favorite overall item in the game. Just because it's got such a cool collection of uses. Everything from the whole fact of it can kill enemies by them getting into it, to just being able to bonk the... someone I didn't know, actually, before starting this stuff, was being able to dash into the block to make it go the whole like screen distance across. That's just really neat.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things that you can do with the cane, even though it's not the greatest offensive weapon, except against wizards.
Right. It is a really cool weapon, though. There's a lot of interesting uses for it. I honestly encourage people to try it on different bosses just to see what happens, because you never know. I mean, with blind, the fight becomes pretty simple.
I've heard
just lay a block down, and he just runs into it the whole time. So you just gonna have to dodge.
Terrible mini mod on cave.
Yeah, it was just a lot of money and.
I mean, there is enough for Zora now, but
yeah. But he doesn't have the flippers yet, so I don't know if he'll fake flippers there or if he will... I mean, it looks like he's going that direction, so... But he may also check the hobo and the island.
Meanwhile, not a lot in this dungeon for Wolfie at the moment. I saw 20 rupees where the small key would normally be, and not a whole lot else going on right now.
Yeah.
I think he's mostly hoping that Moldorm... shovel on the island. Shovel. That's interesting. I think he's hoping that Moldorm will have the thing. I didn't see if the small key was dropped before now, so maybe the basement has to have something.
Ugh, I hope not, for his sake.
Yeah.
Nobody likes the tile room.
Except Kenny.
Yeah.
It's his favorite room in the game. He's mentioned it several times before, so...
Well, he's a rare breed. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so we got a heart container from the hobo.
Yeah,
so not super helpful.
Love. Oh, it was just a small key.
Okay, so he does have to go to the basement.
At least he has green pendant, though.
Yeah, so he can check Sahasrahla along with his hut items.
Yeah, sorry, Sean, you've got to drop the mushroom off before you can check what the item is.
Getting a little eager there, but...
I don't blame him, but, you know.
Yeah.
Right, so Wolfie does have to come back in to get the basement item. Bit unfortunate. Yep. Oh, just a piece of hut.
Aw.
You go all that way to get the mushroom out of a really obscure location, and all it gives you is a piece of hut. That's, that's Randomizer in a nutshell for you.
Yep, basically, yeah. Sean, he just remembered to grab the old man. This is something I do all the time, too. I flute here, and I forget to go back to get him.
I have done that a couple of times. Interesting that Wolfie hasn't hit the switch yet. At the bottom. That's... I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. It's just unusual. Most of the time you'll see the switch being hit. Even if you're not going to abuse the iframes of standing on a block, you still hit the switch just so that you don't have to hit the one in the next room.
Yeah. I don't know if he has an item. I guess he could use his bombs or the cane. But yeah, either way, I mean, he had a pretty easy 3 Moldorm room, so...
Yeah. Oh, and the blue boomerang, okay. Well, at least it's a bit more useful than the red one.
That's true. Less scary. Not as fast and doesn't go as far.
Doesn't go through walls like the other one.
Ugh. I cannot handle that red boomerang.
No, it's always just that one thing of, I tried to use it in... it's in Ganon's Tower, the one where you normally do the boomerang hookshot stuff, and I wasn't getting it with the blue one, so I tried it with a red one, and the red one just went straight through the wall.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so that can happen.
Yep. Yep, that one's really difficult to control just because it is so fast and it goes so far, and by the time you're figuring out where it's going, it's back at you, so...
Yeah.
Yep. But Sean now is doing this this Death Mountain sweep. So he's getting his lamp and his cane, and he may actually do Hera while he's here.
So it seems like both players did the same play of just going into the Spectacle Rock Cave before going up to Hera, which, considering what was in there, I mean, Wolfie didn't know beforehand, but considering what was in there this time, is a pretty good play, since the lamp is a fire source you would need in the dungeon. You might need to go in the basement to get an item, as it was the case this time. So
yeah,
that's one exception for it. Most of the time when you're doing this, you would like to do Hera first and then come back down and get it afterwards, just for efficiency, because it takes a long time climbing back up. Nice fairy off of the cardinal direction there. There is a higher chance of a heart or a fairy drop coming one of the cardinal directions there, but even so, it doesn't always happen, so good to see. Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, he's getting out of there. Okay.
So in that case, you'd then question why didn't he go get the cane of Samaria first and then do the...
Yeah. Especially... Oh, he did get the cane, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he went back up to get the cane and then mirrored out straight away. And you're thinking, oh, fluted out straight away. And you're like, well, why didn't you do it the other way around then?
Yeah.
Just an idle thought. I didn't really see enough in the map there, actually.
I saw Skull Woods is a blue pendant, so blue pendant. That's all I saw. Everything else would be a crystal, though. So because we have two pendants in Light World.
Yeah. Skull Woods is probably the worst one for being a pendant dungeon, because it's really quick to do. It's where the pedestal is, so you would like to check the pedestal when doing Skull Woods, and especially when it's not a green pendant, you really don't have any incentive to go up there. So
yeah, but thankfully, Bombos. Thankfully, it only has 2 items, so it's not an incredibly, valuable place to go. Anyway, but
yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do we hopefully get to see on Zora's side here?
Yep. Let's see what's on the ledge.
Container. Oh, the book in
the book.
The bomb house. Okay. Interesting. So, ironically, at this one, if you'd have gone to Village of Outcasts first, you could have got an Aether tablet whilst you're up on the Death Mountain stuff as well. Yeah.
And I'm a little surprised that neither of them have tried to go in. Well, I guess they don't have the bow yet. That's why they haven't done Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60% reinvestment. Okay. At least
it's a bad deal.
Yeah, but I suppose if it was the validation arrow, though, that would have been better.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
Oh, I do not envy Sean in his position right now.
No.
No boots, no hammer, Thieves Town.
Yeah, this is definitely a risk to take without the hammer here. Because it could be required for the end of the dungeon. And you never want to be in a position where you have to come back here with the hammer later.
No, you really don't.
But maybe he'll just sweep out this first room and then leave if he doesn't find the hammer.
So this is a bit of an interesting choice from Wolfie. He gets to see what's on the island, which is good, seeing the shovel there. But given what items they have, this spot would actually be reachable from the Dark World, because he has the flippers and such as well. You'd actually be able to get down to here from the Dark World and mirror on the tiny water patch there and actually reach this a little bit quicker.
Yep, he could do that. Although he would need a way. Oh yeah, he could get over with the flippers, right? Yeah,
because you go North Dark World side. So.
Yes.
And you could do that, or you could justify that by looking at it and checking as well.
Yeah, and even Catfish if you wanted to.
Yeah, Catfish is one of those interesting locations to factor in. It always takes so long to get to, and when you've done Zora and you've done North Dark World, it's really hard to sort of justify it. Alright, I saw Crystal 6 at Turtle Rock, so looks like Fat Fairy probably isn't coming into this. Oh, sorry, Sako is double-chested fairy if you want to be particular, but...
Yes.
That's Wolfie.
Okay.
Quake probably going to be picking up the mushrooms soon as well.
Yep, we'll see if he... Oh, he's going to check the ledge here first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
This also makes sense, though, because especially with it being Red Pendant, you don't really want to come back into this dungeon. And if you can get away with it and you get lucky enough to find both the items here, then this could be pretty good. Unfortunately, small key kind of axes a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he can't get it yet without the boots, so he can really only check this chest here.
Yeah, it's possible to get it not to get that without the boots, but it's possible to get the chest without the boots because he could take a key from the other side, but that's really not advisable.
No.
I've kind of lost races to that. And otherwise bootless seed, where I've had to go and find the boots somewhere in a pendant dungeon because, I took that. Not really.
Okay. So Sean grabbed that key there, which is making me think that the big chest item is probably going to be required. Didn't find the hammer, so... It's
a good time to get that particular when you're coming up to fight Blind himself, if you have the chance to. If you find the small key in the first 4 chests, then it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh,
the tempered sword. Nice.
Progressive.
That's a pretty good drop.
As Wolfie seems to be in a little bit of stasis at the moment.
Yeah.
Stream kind of not running too much.
Oh, well. No.
We'll get back to him when we can.
Yeah. Oh. Well, he's in another place now, so. Now, Sean...
Possible stop motion, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so Sean's gonna do, looks like, the tempered sword. What is it? The blacksmith, that's what he's called. And probably digging game, maybe? Unless he'll take the purple chest, he can do that too.
So I think the way I would do this is I would do blacksmith and the purple chest because you've got the flute, and then come back to Village of Outcasts and do the shovel game and stuff afterwards.
Yeah, I think that's a good call for sure. Because when you take the purple chest, you can also check Bombos and Hype Cave while you're there.
Okay,
the boots!
We dash now. That's a crazy place for them too.
Yeah. But really go. He's not going to take the purple chest, so he must just be going straight to digging game.
Yeah, I can see this.
Yeah.
I mostly hope though that he doesn't take the purple chest after doing the digging game here, because I know some players will do that where they'll go round the South Dark World with it, and the main reason I'd say don't do that in this case is because you've just got the Pegasus boots and you don't have hook shots, so you can't do the neat little trick with that to actually launch whilst you have it, so probably not the greatest of times to use that particular trick.
No. And only a 5 arrow upgrade capacity, so...
Yeah, okay, so he's not going to do that.
No. He's just going to go straight to Hype Cave. Oh, he's probably going to check a few items around here, like this cave, and probably the guy on the tree and the tree stump.
Yep. And, powder, that's an interesting one.
And we have Wolfie... Sorry, we have Wolfie checking the bumper cave, but not useful.
Going. So that is definitely an interesting place to find the powder. And, well, it was with New Logic, but we did have one of, I think it was one of the weeklies where the Magic Bat actually had the hammer, because you can use the mirror to get behind the peg. And you lose your portal for it, but when you've got flute and you've got, Timesmith and everything, that's not really a concern. So we actually had the hammer there once, and that could be a really neat place to see it here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Sean is... Oh, I think he's going to do Bombos first.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just in a little bit of 2 minds as to where to go. Meanwhile, just 50 rupees in the Graveyard Ledge Cave. Unfortunate.
Yep. Let's see what's on the Bombos tablet.
So it is actually possible to reach that ledge even when you don't have any upgrades to speak of. If you don't have Tinesmith or you don't have Pegasus Boots, it's still possible to reach that. You've got to go a really long way round and cut some bushes down for it, but it's possible no matter what you have to get there, which can be kind of useful sometimes. Meanwhile, I like this from Wulfy. He's doing the mushroom at the same time as checking catfish, so as well as doing the North Darkwood stuff. Really good routing here. Yeah,
for sure. Double duty. And here we go, Hype Cave. Is it gonna be hype?
It's not a good start.
No. But maybe he's hiding all the good stuff back here.
Oh, there
Oh, the fire rod!
And
the hammer!
Okay,
wow.
Sufficiently hype.
Wow. That was good.
Hype Cave. How many times does that happen? Seriously.
Yeah, I don't even know. Wow. Okay, so we're making our way. This is pretty good. I think he's probably going to go grab the shovel now off of the island, the Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah. Not that it would be the greatest idea to at the moment, but he could actually do Ice Palace with the items he has right now.
Yeah, he could.
That's an interesting sort of combination to have here.
Yeah. Ice Palace is one that I usually like to do later, just on the off chance that I could maybe just do it like the regular NMG way instead of having to check any of the chests.
Yeah.
Because it can take a while.
I didn't see what the catfish had there.
Gloves.
Right.
Yeah, so... Uh-oh, Sean's stuck.
So, you need gloves to get to him, and he has other gloves. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good old randomizer.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
That would actually, in the new logic with the progressives, though, that would be really... Because you can't have Tinesmith before getting to him.
Yeah.
In that case. So that'd be really cool.
Looks like Sean's gonna check the pyramid, and he'll probably maybe do catfish afterwards.
I think Wulfy's doing exactly the same thing right now, which is, again, good idea.
Yep. Utilizing that spin speed on the pyramid.
I love it. And just a hug container. Worth getting, though.
Could be the sand cart. We could get a free refill. But it's not. So an interesting thing that they could do now, and I wonder if Sean's gonna do this, but they could go in and clear Palace of Darkness, and then mirror outside afterwards, and just go in and do Eastern Palace, which would, be able to knock down 2 crystal dungeons pretty quickly.
Only catch with that is no bow.
Yeah.
So...
That would require having the bow.
Yeah.
Early in pod.
A little bit of an unfortunate thing there. Could still happen.
Yeah, it could.
With both of them having the lamp, it could be in as crazy a place as the Dark Maze or the Big Chest in Palace of Darkness. That is definitely very possible.
Yeah. Okay, so I wonder if Wulfy's gonna go do Thieves Town now. But he doesn't have the hammer, so... Oh, I don't think he did any of this. Did you do Dark World Kakariko yet?
He has the book, so I would say yes.
Oh, yeah. He must be going to check the tempered dwarves.
Hopefully. Meanwhile, another great move from Sean here. He's checked, or he's basically gone a big round circle through the worlds, and that is really good to see, because now Catfish is this is the logical place to check it. Now, logical time, sorry. And he had just enough rupees to get Zora done as well. We'll be seeing a 60% return in that investment right now.
Not so good.
Yeah, it's not, but at the same time, you may be thinking, well, that's not the worst of things that could have happened, because at least now I could get to Palace of Darkness if need be.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's worse if he gives you back, like a green rupee or bombs or something. Something that you don't really need.
So it looks like Wulfy's doing the other sort of idea that you can take at this time, where you do the digging game first, and then you do the blacksmith stuff, because then you take the purple chest and you go down. Can't do the digging game when you've got a purple chest or frog behind you. So I think that's his idea here, is he's probably going to do the Dark World tour with the purple chest here. Maybe. We'll see what he does after... Oh, nice! Cape out of Ether. That's pretty good. We'll see what he does after he finds out that these are counterfeit shoemakers rather than actual swordsmiths.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think their marketing is on point there. They're marketing themselves as, tempering, or as blacksmiths, and they're making shoes.
Yeah, see, the first time that first time this was introduced where the swords weren't at their default locations anymore, the first 4 or 5 runs I think I had from them, I had 20 rupees off them. So I always just call them counterfeit whatever now, because it's basically you're spending, it's currency generation. Right?
Yeah.
You're spending 10 rupees to get whatever item they have, but if they always just have rupees, then clearly they're doing something shady.
Yes, they must be. So just a heart piece in the spiral cave. Nothing
at least
too
you've
exciting.
got Pegasus boots for it.
Yeah. And I think he's probably going to go check the rest of the chests here in the light world. He can check some in the dark world, but he doesn't have the hook shot, so he can't check all
this
of
menu
hook shot.
Is so awkward.
Oh, I know. That's one of the worst things about Randomizer, is just trying to get used to the menu.
Yeah, even now I still get messed up in the game a lot by that. And there's a couple of transitions in particular that I always end up getting the wrong way around, particularly hookshot to hammer in the late game. Tends to be one that I end up messing up. Alright, Crystal 5 is Ice Palace. It's okay.
Oh, jeez.
Ice Palace and Turtle Rock.
See if we have anything good. Oh, we have the red shield.
Too bad you've already done blind.
Yeah.
The
mirror shield.
Replaced. Okay.
Well, that was quick.
Bad, I guess. Yeah.
Nice quick upgrade.
So Wulfy's about to get his fire rod and hammer right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Missed the jump.
That's okay.
Yeah, because now you just go in from the south side. Not really too big of a deal. I imagine he was trying to do the jump so he could have opened up Turtle Rock. At the time, maybe we don't know what medallion it needs, but at least a portal to it just for saving time later. But if you miss it, not really a big deal in this circumstance.
Nope, definitely not. And he can still check it now that he's in the dark world, so... Yeah.
Not the worst thing that you can get out of those. I don't know about anybody else, but I always get interrupted by those stupid skulls that come alive in the grass, where you're just dashing along, minding your own business, and suddenly bonk, and there's nothing to be done about it. Also,
those guys are the worst.
Is it just 10 arrows off of that? Really not worth it.
No. Ugh. And just a capacity bomb upgrade and rupees for Sean.
So we are missing 4 items at the moment, right? Because we need hookshot, we need ice rod, we need
bow,
ether, and bow.
Yeah. And okay, so it's Quake to open up Turtle Rock.
I mean, if you're feeling really ballsy, you could have taken the gamble that Ice Rod is in there. We've seen it several times already.
Yep, that's possible.
That was not quite the right idea there, Sean.
I think you just turned the wrong way and accidentally picked it up.
I think he deliberately. It looks like he deliberately picked the part up and then oh, nice.
Oh, red mail.
Nice upgrade. Okay.
Oh, maybe he'll hover.
It's looking like it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to hover this. And actually, in last night's seed with... Oh, he gave up. Nope.
Valiant effort.
Yeah. Well, last night we saw that chest had the fire rod in it, and the OK guy was trying to hover to it, but failed it a few times and just gave up. And then they didn't end up finding the fire rod until I think it was one of their last items. So it would have been nice for him to have it early, but...
Oh, that's too bad. He could have checked Spike Cave whilst he was up there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh well. Wonder what Sean's next move is gonna be here. Oh, he's gonna go dig.
Yeah, he hasn't checked the shovel spot yet, which is what Wulfy just did, finding a piece of heart.
Yeah.
So now I think if you're Wolfie, you definitely clear out Thieves Town. And you'll see the difference between not having the boots and just being able to dash in especially the first area, but just being able to dash all the way through this, it's a massive difference.
Yeah, it definitely is. It makes it go by faster, and it's a lot better when you can skewer the enemies rather than having to dodge them or slash them.
Yeah.
Because skewering usually does more damage, and it can knock them out of the way too. So it's definitely safer.
This feels like the dungeon where the Pegasus boots make the most difference to me. This and Easton, actually, because Easton's a lot of straightaways as well.
Yes.
But this feels like the dungeon that make it. Maybe it isn't, but just in my perception, it feels like the biggest difference.
Yeah. Oh, and interestingly enough, Sean is not going to check Sahasrarla's hut first before he comes and grabs Kiki.
Yeah, I think Wolfie would if he was in this case, because he's already done Tower of Terror, so he has the green pendant, whereas Sean has avoided it both times on purpose. So.
Yes.
Which is an interesting choice in its own right, because it doesn't take that long to do that dungeon, and when it's a green pendant, especially when you're still looking for stuff like the bow and the hookshot and, well, almost every other item by the time you got up there.
Yeah, and Sahasrarla could have the bow, so...
Now that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Although with our pendant dungeon configuration, it'd be very easy for Pedestal to have the bow. Or the hookshot,
that's true.
Or the ice rod, or ether, so any one of the items we still need could be out there.
Man. Okay, let's see. See if Palace of Darkness is anything good.
Yeah, I've started doing this, trying to chuck the bomb across there as well. It's definitely a good way of doing things, because then you don't have to worry about item changing 3 times when you're over the other side, so...
It's definitely a cool strategy.
Oh yeah. That's what I've loved about, commentating on the tournament stuff, is seeing the evolution of play as we've gone along as well. There's been so many new strategies being played as we go out, Like, the first one I can remember seeing is, why didn't I think of this moment? Was Karkat doing the cape dash through Vitreous's first phase. Just dashing left, right through the eyeballs. Like, why didn't I ever think of doing that? That's awesome. So quick, too. But
oh, yeah, it would be.
Only really works well when you've got Gold Sword, mind you, but still, that happens quite a bit in this version.
Oh, it does, yeah. You could definitely find the Gold Sword pretty early on in this version. Okay, I thought he was gonna hammer jump there for a minute, but... he is not.
Yeah, I mean, with one key...
the bow! Wow!
Goodness, okay, that is...
Wow!
I did say it could be deep. I thought it could be a bit further over. I did say it could be deep in here, but I didn't actually think it was going to be.
No!
That is crazy. Okay.
But what a gamble, and it paid off for him. So this could be really beneficial for Sean. If Wolfie doesn't make the same gamble, I don't know, this could put Sean ahead.
That is definitely advantage Sean. Catch with him at the moment. If he's still want to open the other chests out here, he doesn't have a small key. So he can't without the jump, as he's just realizing right now.
Yep. He's gonna have to go.
You can't get in there right now. But it's okay, because now that you've got the bow, you can just do the right-hand side. Yep.
No harm, no foul.
Yep. There are no chickens in here to have that happen to him. That'd be something for the Randomizer. Just put cuckoos everywhere.
Yeah. That would be great. And Wolfie's about to get his Tempered Sword from Blind once he finishes this fight here.
Yep. I just realized both Blind and Uncle have been very pessimistic in this one. You're gonna have a bad time. I don't see you having a bright future.
Yeah.
Do they know something that we don't?
Maybe.
That was a really good fight, by the way.
It was great. Textbook, even. Alright, the Tempered Sword. He's got it. And Sean's probably just picking up keys. Yep.
That's what he needs, though.
Yeah, he does. You gotta love Palace of Darkness for that.
I don't believe he checked the big key chest as the normal thing there, but it can only have... see, that would have been really good if it paid off there.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing I'm talking about with the cane. I think he hasn't opened the chest that would normally have the big key, but that chest now, if I'm looking at this right, pretty much has to have a small key. I mean, maybe not, but it's really, really likely that it does. And technically, it's the only chest in this dungeon you can lock yourself out of, but in that case, it's because it's got a small key and you've used them all in more important places. So...
not a big deal. Either way, yeah. And luckily we have the lamp so we can make our way through this dark maze easy.
Yeah, I struggled. I mean, I haven't really tried to do this the reverse way around, but I kind of learned it going forward, so...
yeah.
Oh, there's a hookshot too! Wow! Palace of Darkness!
Palace of Darkness had 2 great items in it. That's amazing.
Well, we can still hold out hope. We've still got the Ice Rod, and we've still got Ether. So it could very well be a Frosty Pedestal.
It could be. This is true.
Or they could both be an Ice Palace, because ice items.
But they could potentially be in go mode pretty soon. I mean, maybe Eastern Palace has those items, and that'd be a really fast seed. Then it would just be a dungeon rush from there.
Yeah, and that would definitely be a huge plus for Sean.
Yeah.
On his end, he's got to thinking the nice thing now. I've got hookshot, so now Swamp Palace becomes very possible, and that has a ton of items to it. So
yeah.
6 locations with 6 items within that, only need 2. Reasonable chance one of them's in there.
Yeah, very true. It's interesting that the game has so many walls like this where you have to like do something and the wall just slowly moves out of the way.
Oh, did we miss Ether? Apparently.
Oh, where was it? Big chest in Thieves Town. Oh no.
Oh god. Okay.
So Sean's gonna have to go back there, and I don't know if he will.
Oh, okay then. That flips things out a bit. Whoops.
Whoops, indeed. Because that's one that really sucks to go back for. It does take quite a while to get down there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Sean's gonna put that off for a while, and he's probably going to sweep out some other dungeons that he has to go through first. Trying to look for it, because, you know, what are the chances, really?
Yeah.
Be in that last chest.
See, this is the only problem at the time at the beginning when Sean did this stuff. I think in so many different, getting bodied a bit, but so many different things to look at the time. I couldn't really keep track as to whether or not that chest was needed. And obviously it turned out it is. There was an item in there, and wouldn't you know it?
And of course it's one that's needed, right? So
yeah, it could still be a Frosty Pedestal though. My point still stands. I thought it could be there. But,
you're really holding out hope, aren't you?
Maybe. I mean, we had such a good start for this scene that there's got to be something that kicks him in the teeth, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That is how Randomizer works. So, or seems to work anyway. So now he's gonna mirror and do Eastern, which is a good thing to do here. Good routing decision.
Yeah, definitely.
But we still need that Ice Rod. Where could it be? Pretty much anywhere, except...
That's the problem. Oh!
No!
I'm sorry, he's tried by that guy as well so many times. It's almost catharsis in a way to see it happen to him.
Looks like it almost got him a second time, too.
Yeah. It's just one of those happens to the best of us, you know?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think we've all been there.
So Wolfie is going to check Spike Cave here, which is good.
Yeah.
It's going to have to take a little bit of damage on the way through because the cape doesn't last long enough for this. But
no, it really doesn't.
As he's about to find out. Even if you do optimally do this, I'm pretty sure it runs out before you actually get to the... So yeah, nice just to save a little bit of magic here.
And the blue mail.
In case he needs a change of clothes, you know?
Yeah, why not?
That would have been really funny in progressive males in the newer play. That would have been really cool. Just
yeah.
Oh well. Win some, you lose some.
Yep. So nothing exciting in Eastern Palace so far, unfortunately. Just a lot of junk, I guess.
So this is good. I don't think we've seen Sean actually check these items yet.
Oh, blue potion, okay.
Blue potion's not bad.
Yeah. And straight on to Armos he goes.
Yeah, because he's just checked and he's got only map and compass left to find. So
yeah.
Good Eastern in that sense, don't have to do the long way round.
Yeah.
Just money in the King's Tomb.
Yeah.
Not even that much either. The Treasury must really be suffering these days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have been stealing money from town, so...
I guess, yeah.
Economy's probably pretty bad.
Oh, nice shot with the Nini style first there.
Yeah.
Those things are so annoying to hit.
Oh, I know. That Zelda Gamer Room is awful.
Interesting that Sean didn't pick up any extra arrows out of that room, especially when one dropped from one of the popos, I believe they're called.
Yeah. One of them's a popo and one of them's a ropa. I think the ones on the overworld are ropas, the Dark World overworld.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but...
Wulfy's taking the same gamble, if you will, here that Sean did, only he has an increased thing with the Sahashala item, which is just 10 whole arrows.
Yep.
Oh,
the ice rod!
Okay!
So if Wulfy goes into Palace of Darkness right now and finds the bow, he will be in go mode. He will be ready to go and just finish everything. And just like that, he will pull ahead of Sean.
Oh no, Sean, what are you doing? No! You haven't checked it yet!
No, Sean, no!
Oh.
And I really don't think that Sean's gonna go back into Thieves Town at this point to check that last chest. Just because he has so much open to him, and Swamp Palace is required, and it does have a lot of chests, I think that maybe he'll do that first. He could even do Mire. I mean, Mire, you have to search for the big key anyway, so you'd have to check chests. He might do that. I mean...
And suddenly the advantage has flipped.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that. Having already... So Wulfy's... that's right. Wulfy's hesitation of doing Thieves Town without boots and hammer obviously paid off, because either in the big chest that you need the hammer for,
yeah,
and then I guess the lack of diligence in the fight. I don't really know exactly what you'd call it for Sean here, but not checking the obvious location whilst you're there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes, just missing one place. I've said a few times I'm out of the tournament because I missed a C-shaped house in my first race. And so I lost about 20-25 minutes doing stupid stuff looking for the hook shot. And so, you know, maybe even more than that. I think it's closer to like half an hour or so I lost on that. So, you know.
I'm starting to think I'm bad luck, because the last two seeds that I commentated were both end up going to game 3.
Oh, that's what that is what we want to see, though. These guys are very evenly matched in terms of, I've played against them quite a bit, and yeah, they're both extremely good. And this is the sort of thing that you would expect to see. You would expect to see a lot of these games go to game 3.
Yeah, that's true.
And well, this is kind of why, you know, the best of 3 is a good format for this stuff, because you could have that one bad seed where you make a small mistake like this, so you just don't check the one location, and that can be enough, especially when, and here's the bow there, especially when both players are very good. Seen a little dance there as well. Clearly Wulfy is very happy that this paid off. So.
Yep. Well, because he's now in... Oh, he doesn't have the hook shot yet, actually.
Yet, but he will
but he will be getting it, so he's going to be in go mode very, very soon here.
Yep, it's at the end of Dark Maze, so...
Yeah. What a seed this has been, though. It's been very generous so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things in the places where you check often, or where you would go first, you know, that's where all the important items have seemed to have been.
Yep. It's not the fastest go mode we've seen in the tournament, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because other than Wulfy doing Tower of Hera, there hasn't really been any superfluous stuff here. Oh, this is cool. So Wulfy's going to actually do hammer jump here.
Oh, okay. Oh, instead of going back for the key.
Yeah.
That's a good option for sure.
He is still going to need to do the right-hand side anyway to get the last key for doing basement, though.
Yeah.
But regardless, this is still a really good idea.
Yes, and there's the hook shot, and now he's in go mode.
Yep, just double-checking, going, right, yep, that's all I need. Unfortunately, you still need a key, though. He's going to find that out the hard way, I think.
Yep.
Or he could just get one from here. But no.
That's okay. He'll figure it out right soon, I guess.
He'll figure it out, probably do a dance of frustration or something. That's forward.
But it's okay, he's in go mode, so...
Yep.
He doesn't need to worry too much.
So you would think, just looking at it, going, oh, only one crystal 55 minutes in, that seems pretty slow, right? But not really, when there's still lots of really fast dungeons to do now you can just go mode them. Yep.
Swamp Palace definitely being probably one of the faster ones. Misery Mire, you just need the big key. Ice Palace, you can just do the NMG way.
Ice Palace is great for that. Easton, we know it's going to be pretty quick because the big key is one of the first items, so that's definitely going to be quick. And just that sort of realization, oh wait.
I need a key.
So I was initially going to say this would be a bit of a weird direction to take, but at the same time, when you've got the hammer so you can take the shortcut bit here, this really isn't that bad, because this lets you just immediately get to the room, the switch down that you push down.
Just hop down and
And with two chests up here, you know there's going to be a small key up here. There just always is, pretty much.
And he's already opened the wall to the stairs to the basement, so he doesn't have to do that again, at least.
Yep. Although, unfortunately, he'll still need to bow in order to actually get to that room, because mirroring back to the start, especially the mimics back. Though I'm pretty sure they'd have come back by that point anyway.
I'm not really sure how that works. I know mirroring will reset the dungeon for the most part, but I don't know about just leaving, because I know in some places if you leave like a couple rooms away or whatever, then it'll reset the enemies. Yeah,
the weirdest one for that is actually the room with the hammer paste and stuff there. Those red jellies respawn, really, even if you just leave the room to get the small key that's the chest that's on the left. They respawn then as well, and they're like, how does that work? That happens literally nowhere else in the game. Like, what? At least nowhere that I've seen. It was a really good tunnel room as well.
Yeah. And we got Sean fighting Argus. Wonder if he'll have anything interesting.
So I didn't see if he did the rest. It looks like he did the rest of the dungeon first, or if he's coming back into it. I didn't see.
I don't know if he... I feel like he came straight... Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Just bombs.
Just bombs. But I don't imagine that he would come back here since he can finish everything. Might as well have just checked.
Yeah, the idea is that if the big key is in the second half of the dungeon, then sometimes you want to just clear the dungeon and then go back to do the left side. Yeah. But I've seen quite a few people do that. It looks like that's not what he did, though. He did do the full clear. Yeah, as the chat's saying as well. He did it all.
Let's see what... Oh, he's gonna go to Ice Palace.
Let's see if he's got any interesting strats for getting through some of the stuff here.
I wonder if he forgot that he didn't check Sahasrala's hut.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know that's another thing that they do pretty early on, but he had so many items that could get him to so many different places that he didn't check it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
and this is what I was meaning with this type of seed. There are so many places that you can go at the beginning that it is very easy to forget, as the big key was the first chest. But that one. It is very easy to just think in your head, oh, I've already done this. Like, I don't believe he's checked King's Tomb or the Sank Rubble Pile stuff yet either.
Yeah.
Which is another one of those that earlier on, if you don't check them quickly, then you go, yeah, I've done that already, I don't need to go back for that. And then you find, like, the hammer is there and you've wasted 20 minutes looking around everywhere else. Totally not speaking from experience here. What are you
No, of course not. No. No. Wulfy is still checking the chests here.
They're in the way, you may as well. You might find half magic, you might find some arrows.
That's true. Gold sword even is still out there somewhere. But even still, like, Sean is 2 crystals ahead at this point, so, you know, I feel like if after Swamp Palace, if he had gone and maybe rechecked Thieves Town, Big Chest, or if he was in go mode, he may have actually pulled ahead.
Yeah, that was weird there. Did you notice the jellies must have been hit by the bomb and they dropped a heart that he actually picked up as he was falling down?
Yeah.
I've seen that I've had that happen with the Wallmaster stuff, where you end up getting at the end of Skull Woods. You're in that final room going down to Moth, and then you just get Wallmastered out, even though you dropped down the hole like a second earlier. But I've never seen it with a heart container or anything. No.
That's actually a Japanese 1.0 exclusive glitch where you can, where you can get hit while falling down a hole or get grabbed by the Wallmaster, things like that. It won't happen to you in the North American version of this game, but in this one you can. So you'll notice sometimes in Palace of Darkness, if you know that first room where there's like the 2 turtles and you can fall down to get keys and chests. There's a couple guys on either side that have lasers, and they can hit you as you're falling down. That's one place where it happens often. So
I just saw the red blue green rupee pig in enemies in that room with the penguin stuff. That was cool. Big key probably implies that you would go ahead and just do the normal route here. This is where the bomb jump actually slows you down a bit though, because now instead of just going across, you have to actually go all down the gap here and then come back up if you want to go to the right. And that is definitely slower. Never mind the bomb jump setup and everything. That is definitely slower than doing it normally here. So the nice thing, if you could get the small key out of one of those first 2 chests, is, well, you've got 2 options for it, but you either go back up the stairs and use the small key, what'll be like a couple of rooms down there, that big ice room that's got the switch in the pot and whatnot. You can use the small key there if you bomb jump across, or if you go back upstairs and fall down the north room. Or you can, in that crossroad room, you can just go to the right and get all the stuff over there. There's some interesting ways you can go around this dungeon with that.
And he does have the Cane of Samaria, so he doesn't need that block to be pushed down, so he can just use the cane on the switch.
So if you're going to do a full clear of that, you could also consider just not doing the jump. I think, especially if you get a small key out the first chest, then doing the jump is definitely still quicker if you're good at it, because you can do, like I say, you can do other variations to get around. Like you can even do a bomb jump in this room if you don't have the hook shot. I haven't learned it yet, but I've been sort of shown that you can actually do a bomb jump there. So
I think it's very specific and difficult from what I've heard.
That one's really tough to do.
I think it's also a bit RNG dependent as well. But I don't know. I've just heard from even top players that it's probably the hardest bomb jump in the game. So
and well, I have a focus of going down the dungeons, so I don't really want to learn that one.
No, but... no. Ice Palace is definitely one that I just hate clearing the full dungeon. Just because the chests are so spread out and it's hard to remember what items you've grabbed and like how many legitimate items that you've got so far, because there's only I think 3 in this dungeon, if I'm not mistaken.
3 items here.
So it's really hard to keep track when they're so spread out, and you go like quite a bit in the middle of the dungeon without finding any chests.
Yep.
You know, so it's for me it's just a mess. But I also haven't taken the time to really learn how to do it properly, so also my fault a little bit there.
Yeah, it really depends on what you have at the time. Like if you if you don't have the hammer before coming in here, which was my third race that the hammer was in here, then yeah, it can be really troublesome because you can't even get half the items, and you definitely can't finish the dungeons. So
yeah,
it's problematic at best to sort of fix up stuff there, but I think it's most interesting when you don't have the hookshot, and then trying to get all the items with that. I feel like that's when this dungeon is at its most interesting for me.
Yeah. So Sean will be a crystal ahead once he finishes Ice Palace here, but Wulfy is in go mode.
Very quickly evaporated, isn't it?
Yes. Wulfy is in go mode, so you can definitely catch up very quickly here. And I wonder if there's going to be a point where Sean's thinking, maybe there was something in that Thieves Town big chest. Maybe I should go back and check.
Yeah, see, that's one nice one. But then you've also got to ask now, when would he check Sahasrahla? Because that place is just, you know, that's it in that area now. He's done everything around it. So when would you factor that back in, if you factor it back in?
Yeah. I know it's a hard decision. Just because the time loss, if it ends up being rupees or something, could be a pretty great time loss. So
yeah, shout outs to those green mushroom guys being the absolute worst thing, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
They are so obnoxious.
All right, we got Wulfy doing Ice Palace. Thankfully for him, he can just do the regular NMG way. Doesn't need any keys or anything, so he can just zip on through. And looks like Sean might be checking Thieves Town. He is in the right vicinity, but he also might be going to check Pedestal or Skullwoods.
Yeah, oh, he is going down, okay.
Okay.
There was a little bit of hesitation before he screen transitioned up to go to Village of Outcasts. So thinking, is this really what I want to do?
Oh, but he's not checking Thieves Town.
He's gonna check the pegs, and he's going to check probably
purple
the
chest.
Purple Chest, and maybe also the Magic Bat too.
Yeah.
So it's good. There's free items in this area. Pretty decent for routing options.
Yep.
As Wulfy seems to be permanently stuck with a couple of jellies at the top now.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be stuck.
No. Oh, and now he's stuck with some more jellies in the conveyor.
Uh-oh. And whatever those things are that come out of the wall. They almost look like lizards or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that they might look like.
Yeah.
To go any further with that. There we go.
Okay. Well, we'll get to see what Magic Bat has, because I don't know that Wulfy checked.
This would be hilarious if it was actually half magic.
Yeah. And it is...
Nope, just a whole bunch of money. Shall be cursed with unidentifiable riches for the rest of your life.
Yep.
You see, the problem is, since they're unidentifiable, you can't exchange them for anything, because nobody knows what they're worth.
Yep.
That's the curse.
Well, Sean's not gonna grab the purple chest.
Wait.
Oh, I think he's...
No, North Darkworld. And
he's gonna check. He's gonna check Skullwoods, yeah. Oh, nope, never mind.
He might check Skullwoods, but he's more likely to check the Graveyard Ledge and the
Bumper
other
Cave.
associated stuff there.
Yeah, but we know Bumper Cave was just a 5 bomb capacity upgrade.
Yeah.
Nothing useful. I believe that the graveyard area had rupees, so nothing exciting there.
I don't especially like him not taking the purple chest out, because now that's just another location of a when would you ever check that. It's the same now with the Spike Cave, since he didn't check that earlier either. It is really just a case of he's leaving a lot of single items that take a long time to reach at this point.
Yeah, and we know that none of them are going to be viable.
Yeah, there is also that we do know that none of the, as omnipresent. Omnipresent. What's the one for it? Because we already know, we've seen it already.
Yes.
I forget which Omni word it is for that.
Omni something.
Yeah, that's
all going.
We'll
yeah.
go with that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already know it's not going to pay off, but
right.
There's a lot of places now that if he was to go back to it, would take him like a minute or more to go and check. And
now Wulfy has as many crystals as Sean.
Yep, and the same crystals too. So
yes. So now he just has Mire and Turtle Rock.
That in itself is important because if they were different crystals, then maybe there'd be a little bit of potential for a comeback off of that.
Yeah.
Now it's looking very grim.
It is, yes. It looks like Sean's gonna go check Spike Cave. I believe that's what he has left here. I don't know if he came back here when he got the hook shot either, so he may check the hook shot cave.
I think that's what he's gonna do first. There is that, and he could check Tower of Terror.
Yep, he could do that as well.
Oh, there's the frozen bird.
Oh, I don't know if he can pick it up from there. Sometimes it's hard when he's on the ledge. It's hard to tell. No!
Oh, no!
Oh, man.
Bird toss for us. He did try, though. Yeah, give him props for that. He tried to bird toss.
He did, yes. That's good enough, I guess.
Dairy Queen that.
So Mire just requires a big key.
Fire rod shot there.
Yeah. It'll require the big key and I believe one small key.
Yeah, and if the big key's in one of the first two chests and the small key is already in the pod at the top, you don't have to worry about anything there. But I believe, from what I was told, there has to be a small key in one of these first two chests regardless, because otherwise you could soft lock yourself in here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I hope this is not actually what he's going to be doing right now. I know opening up the dungeon is fine. I hope this isn't actually where Sean's going to be going right now.
I hope not either, but...
I mean, it could be, but...
No,
yeah,
okay.
I'd have been very surprised.
Yes.
But at the same time, Crystal 6, and he's already got Crystal 5 from Ice Palace.
Yeah.
So there could be that thought. I mean, in new logic, there could be that thought that Crystal, that Turtle Rock's crystal, you need an ice rod, could be in Turtle Rock.
It could, yes. Or even outside Turtle Rock in that mimic cave.
Yeah, and then that crystal turns out to be needed for Misery Maya stuff. I've had that happen in a slightly different way around, where it was more the ice rod was at Fatberry, but Crystal 6 was at Maya, and the flute was at the end of the eye bridge.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that wasn't particularly fun.
No,
but you know, that's new logic for you though, where stuff is life biased.
Yep. Alright, so still no big key in Mire. Still searching. It looks like it's gonna maybe be in its regular chest.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Oh, that got enough time for this. Believe he's at 1 heart, so as soon as that hookshot hits, the fairy's gonna get used up.
Oh. Oh.
You don't have any time when after the hookshot ends to get an item use out there. So
yeah.
Thankfully, he had the fairy.
Yep. And sadly, he's just going to find blue mail, which he doesn't need.
And now he's confused, apart from just slashing the chest in frustration. Now he's a little bit confused. So wait, where am I going with this then?
Where is he going? I hope he's not going to check Turtle Rock.
Looks like
Hera.
Also, just want to say, every time in Misery Maya stuff there, like the reason I myself go that left-hand side every time is because at least 80-90% of the seeds I play have the big key in one of the two locations on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And yeah, just every time. So that's I know it would probably be quicker to check the two otherwise, like the two in the main foyer bit, but it's never there. Let's be honest.
And he brings up a good point there that if Sean does Tower Hera and gets the green pendant, that actually could help him out, because that may prompt him to go check Sahasrahla, and then he'll realize that he hasn't checked Sahasrahla's hut yet, where he will find the ice rod. But he still is going to need to go back into Thieves Town, and I think that that's probably low on his radar right now.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing with that then is that getting the Ice Rod before getting Ether is probably going to prompt him to do Turtle Rock. Because, again, Crystal 6, he'll have all the stuff to do the dungeon, and he basically will just be getting further away from where he actually needs to go.
Yeah. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess, because you do still need to find the big key and a couple small keys in Turtle Rock, so he is going to have to do some of the chests anyway, but, you know, it will, I guess, hurt him in the sense that he'll be checking more chests than he really needs to be.
Yeah. So this is something, a bit of a development. It's something I've sort of tried to do recently as well, is I guess the NNG strat for this, this fight, where you actually charge a spin attack and deliberately walk into the slime so you can release it. The catch with that is that it's very easy to just get bombed by one of the eyeballs itself and take 4 hearts of damage off it.
Yeah.
And use your spin attack as well if you're not careful. So the timing of it is not quite as straightforward as it looks. But
no, you just have to be... No, you just gotta be a little bit quick with releasing your sword slashes so that you don't give those eyes a chance to move into you. Yep. But, you know, things happen. It's the way of the game, really. But here we go, Sean.
Speaking of things happening, there's Mordor.
Yes.
It was Mordor. But
yep,
Mordor
in and out.
A thing that happens, unfortunately. So, I hate calling these things before they're done, but obviously this is looking exceptionally bleak at this point. And maybe if in the brackets and stuff, when you've got players of bigger sort of skill variance between them, then it would be a bit harder to still call, because you could end up finding, you know, just because somebody's really ahead doesn't mean that they have a better execution and whatnot. But when people are this evenly matched up, it becomes much more of a case of, well, if you're this far ahead, you probably aren't losing it, you know?
Yeah, very true. And these two, I mean, they both speedrun the vanilla version of this game, and their times are not really that far apart from each other. I believe that Sean has a 129, and I think Wulfy has like a 132 or like a low 130. So they're pretty close in skill level, even for as far as movement and strategies go. So that's why this is so exciting, right? Because you don't really have a whole lot separating these two. They're very close in both skill level, and with the routing and the randomizer, they're just very evenly matched.
Yeah, it was the same sort of thing with Willard and In the Name of DT when they played as well. Very, very close to each other in terms of ability, and that made for some very, very interesting races. Yeah,
very true. Alright, so Sean got his bloomerang and he's out of there. Hopefully now he'll go check Sahasrara. Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, we all know DT's a cheater, it's okay. Alright, we'll see if we get an early big key here from Turtle Rock too.
That would be nice. The ultimate thing from Turtle Rock you want is all small keys and big keys to get to the second floor.
Yeah.
Oh, and here we go. Looks like Sean is going to check this now, probably thinking, why didn't I do this earlier? It was right here. And there,
there it is. But he still needs Ether.
Yeah, so do you think he's going to do Turtle Rock now?
I think he might. Nope, he's not. He's going to Mire. Actually, that's a better option because Turtle Rock's usually better to do last, but...
Yeah, but he can't do Mire. That's why he needs to...
Oh yeah, that's true. He can't get in. I think he's probably rechecking then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course, it's the one I don't have, as always.
Yep.
Oh, and then you throw a box as well.
Just a little bit into the ledge there. Yeah, I don't even know what he's thinking right now, because he has checked pretty much everything.
Yeah,
and
that's
looks
what
like
I thought he would do.
Going to Turtle Rock.
I mean, it does make sense.
It does.
and it's possible that you just forget about the Thieves Town thing. This is why it's always a tough call to do without the hammer.
Yeah.
A little bit. Oh, there, nice big key.
Yeah.
Still need a small key though, so he's gonna have to check the rest of the chests, well, apart from where the big key normally would be. Still gonna have to check them anyway, but that is still very nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. You can get the pokey key, and then, yeah, you'll just have to check the chest from there on out. All right. Well, they'll both be in Turtle Rock at the same time anyway, so that's what we're gonna get here.
Yeah, that's a good question. Where are the other things of this? Where's the half magic? Where's the silvers? Where's the console?
Yeah.
So, if it could be so bold as to make a prediction on that, it'd be really funny if they were in GT's rando room along with the big key, like the 4 chests that are in there.
Yeah.
You have to pop the switch and stuff. If the big key and all 3 of those items were in there, that would be
pretty nice.
Oh, very, very nice pattern setup there. I think it would have been possible to kill both of them in one spin attack there, but it would have been kind of tricky to set up.
Yeah. Yeah, there's, as I know anyway, I think there's 16 different RNGs for those 2 pokies.
That would make sense, because they can go in 4 directions, right? So
yes,
that would make sense.
It's pretty hard. There is one runner of this game, Blunt Bunny. Maybe I shouldn't say one, but he has put a lot of time into memorizing all the RNGs and what the best option would be to do them. And I think he's actually working on a video for those, if, you know, that interests anybody. But yeah, it's pretty difficult room to do well in.
Yeah, because it's just with all the different formations and such that enemies can take in the game, you've really got to do a lot of like stat judgment on stuff that way. Even as simple as the snakes and such in Escape.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different ways that they can move.
Yep.
You've got to be on point if you want to actually get through them super quick.
Yeah, you got to react pretty much on the spot. But that really is a lot of this game. You know, even with the chomps in this room, once you walk in, they're going to be in a different spot, so you gotta... Ooh.
Just use the shield! You have a shield! Just use it!
Yeah. He wants to impress everybody with his laser skips.
I mean, okay, they're pretty impressive, but still, just use the shield.
Oh my goodness! Oh!
This wouldn't have happened if you just used the shield.
There you go. He's got it, and it was.
And then he tries to use. So you could have actually just done a dash straight off of that. If on the first and the third.
Man, Turtle Rock has not been very nice to him. Oh my goodness!
Ouch. So yeah, on the first and the third chest there, if you're holding the shield out, you could just dash as soon as you get to the bridge itself, and you won't have any issues with the, anything, because you don't have to release the spin attack first. But
yep.
Just when we were commenting on how even and great the skill of the players were as well, and then mistakes are made. It happens.
It happens.
It's okay, we love them anyway.
Of course. Okay, so once Wolfie's done here, all he's gonna have left is Turtle Rock, Ganon's tower. So I wonder if the big key will be early there, because it wasn't in Mire and it wasn't in Turtle Rock.
Oh, that was fantastic. 2 spin attack hits off of the first part there. That's exactly what you want to see. Oh, the bug net!
The bug net.
Mimic cave item. Ouch.
Now we can fight Aghanim.
This is true, yep. Yeah, so looking at the way this seed has gone, you're an hour and 23 in. What where do you think your opponent would be here if you're Wolfie? Do you think you're ahead, or would you think that, oh, he's definitely checked all of these places as well? We might be like really close, so I might just be a little bit behind here.
Yeah, I think that I would go with the second option there, just because of the way the seed played out and how generous it was, like right from the get-go in all those places that you usually check. I think that Wolfie probably thinks this is a pretty close match at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, if Sean had the hammer going into Thieves Town or had gone back to check the big chest, this would be a very close race.
Yeah, it would, definitely.
Yeah.
So, well, chat already knows the rules. We don't need to mention
nope.
that you should put your guesses in as to where the big key is going to be here.
Okay, so he's going to go left side. Check all those areas, all those chests. Sean, meanwhile, doing the laser bridge. Let's see if he uses his mirror shield. And he does.
Well, rip Bob. Just a little bit too quick on the bridge there, Sean. Shot a little bit. And we're going to have that unfortunate realization here that, yeah, map and compass were the last two things in this dungeon.
Yeah. You can see that little hesitation there. He's thinking, what the heck?
Yeah.
Where is Ether?
Oh,
gold sword.
Okay, so not quite in the room I was thinking it was in.
No.
But, you know, not far off.
Yeah. Hopefully not anyway. Hopefully we'll get the big key soon.
So, is it possible to reach that room at the top just with bonking? I know it's a random question to come at me here, but you could get through the rest of this room just going down without the hook shot. Is it possible to actually get to the top part there without
I don't know. I don't know that you can bonk off of the first platform when you walk through the door. I don't know if bonking off of that is possible to get to the other side. It might be too far away, I'm thinking, for you to reach it. And Chad is saying that you would have to hover for the first one, so...
Yeah, because I've seen done where it that I think I've done it myself even when going back through the stuff, that you can bonk to get south in that room. It's just
yes.
Can you get to the 4 chests at the top? I don't believe you can, because I think you've got to lift the pod up at one point, and that's what you would need to actually bonk off of. Yeah.
But at the same time, too, you shouldn't really be in Ganon's tower without the hookshot anyway, unless you're doing a glitch seed, so...
No, but again, new logic, stranger things have happened. Oh, he's not in the rando room.
Alright.
You think Sean has figured it out?
I think so. Unless, because I don't think he grabbed purple chest. So yeah, he might be doing that too.
Purple chest is an option, Skullwoods is an option.
Yep. And he's going down,
for that one,
so...
No. Oh, unfortunate Wolfie not getting the bonk here.
No. Let's keep our fingers crossed that he goes... Nope, he's not going to Thieves Town. He's going to purple chest.
Yeah.
I wonder if he even remembers that the Thieves' big chest has an item in it. He might...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Probably not at this stage.
Yeah. Aww. So unfortunately, Sean still, at this point, will have Meyer to do. So even once he finds Ether, he's still a dungeon behind. Yeah. No, really 2 dungeons, because Wolfie's almost through Ganon's tower.
Also, just to validate... Oh wait, there was silvers at some point during this as well in the GT. I didn't see that. Well, that helps a little bit.
Sean's going to check Desert Palace, or... Oh, nope, he's not. He fluted out of there. Triple checking Meyer just to make sure, for sure, that it is Ether.
Oh, Silvers and Brother were in the same room. Okay. Fair enough. I only saw the one, I guess.
Yeah.
That is one thing when we're watching stuff off the restream, is we don't have quite this higher quality stream to watch, so sometimes things do get a little bit on that.
Yeah.
It can be very easy to mistake the silvers for a plus upgrade, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Sean's gonna check Desert Palace. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be lost after this. I mean, dude, this is a really bad position to be in. If he doesn't remember that Thieves' big chest has something, this is a really bad position to be in, because then you're kind of stuck like, okay, I missed a chest somewhere, where is it? And you end up rechecking things that you think you may have missed, and that is never a position you want to be in.
And I have a feeling he's probably just going to blind pull the pedestal at this stage.
He might, yeah.
He hasn't checked it yet, but Skull Woods is the last pendant dungeon, so it would be clearing this to get the red pendant, and then using the opportunity, basically, the Skull Woods being blue pendant, to just pull the pedestal.
Yep. He's going to check the big chest now in Desert Palace.
That one guy gets away all the time. Yeah.
That is a pretty awful Gauntlet room. This one, though, Gauntlet 4, is probably my least favorite. Those two red horse heads.
If that red guy just decides to walk really far the first time round, then you don't tend to hit him with a Pegasus dash unless I'm just really missing the timing of it. And if that happens, then you can very easily just get messed up by it. I like the circle round there. That was pretty cute.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ring around the moly, and then smack him with the silvers. Really nice.
Yep. Oh, looks like Sean will be, unless Landmo has an item. I didn't check to see if he has both map and compass.
Yeah, I actually didn't see, because Wulfy didn't even get to do anything in this dungeon.
No. He did check one chest that he was able to, and it was the map.
Had the map, so...
Yeah, but I think that, I feel like I saw the compass, so maybe Landmo does have an item. But regardless, I mean, it would give him another pendant, and then maybe he will just blind pull the pedestal.
Definitely unfortunate, but this just goes to show, no matter how good you are with this stuff, you can easily just forget the place.
Yeah,
it really does happen to everyone.
It does, yeah.
I've seen it even happen to people like Andy as well, who you would expect, you would think, oh, they're gonna be perfect every time, right? No, absolutely not. It happens to everyone.
It does.
You never want to see it, but this is why we play 2 out of 3 in the the brackets here.
Exactly. Having a little trouble with this last Landmo. He's kind of going in a weird direction, but
just a heart piece.
A heart piece.
Not even half magic as they justify it.
No. And it wasn't even a full heart refill either. Like, it wasn't the last heart piece for a full container. Well,
nothing going on that validation chest.
Nah, but he might even think that this is a really close race, and checking that chest might be a time loss. So he is just getting out of there.
Yep, as much as you would want to, you'd want to meme it up there. This is where it gets real, if you will. This is This could be Wulfy's final game, and he knows it. He really does not want this to end right now.
Yeah.
So you cannot blame him.
No memes. This is all business. All seriousness.
Randomizer is serious business, yo.
It is, yeah.
Oh, nice 2-hit at the end there.
Very nice.
I didn't think both of those were gonna count, but
apparently they did. And now we're gonna have an easy peasy Ganon fight with gold sword, silver arrows, red mail.
I imagine what he was doing there, just slashing at the bat. I imagine that's what most people did as kids. Is when the bat came out, is like, oh, what is this? Kill it, you know? Yeah. enemy there. What is happening here?
Sean checking the fat fairy.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess we'll see what she has, but she might just have, like, I don't know, what do you, like, rupees probably? Bombs?
Probably.
Heart piece?
Meanwhile, it's breakfast cannon today, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw that one when that stuff was introduced. I literally just went, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
it was awesome. And then there's more recent ones which aren't in the tournament scenes because they've been added in recent version of stuff to do with slugs and whatnot as well, which is really kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah, the text in this game is pretty good. Sean
is really not happy with it.
No. But he's got to think back. What have I not done? He might check Skull Woods at this point.
That's what I'd be thinking.
Mm-hmm. This is really frustrating, I'm sure, for him, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Wolfie missing a shot there.
Ooh.
Not that it matters too much, but, I mean, they could.
Yeah.
If you're thinking in that sense. And really nice setup for this last one here. And
that'll be the last hit.
Is it?
Wow. Really nice time as well.
Oh, yeah. Any sub 140 time is really good.
Oh, definitely.
And Sean is indeed checking Skullwoods right now.
Yeah. Alright, so he ends with an SRL time of 1:34.42. So GG to Wulfy.
Very, very good.
Is a game 3 in this, for these two guys here. Very nice run, though.
Right, let's see if he wants to come in.
Okay, so Sean's still making his way through Skullwoods here. Won't be finding anything of use, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But maybe, like we said, he'll blind pull the pedestal. Maybe he'll go fight Mothula and do that.
Right, so Wolf will be coming in maybe 5 minutes or so. If you're looking at it from race chat here. So, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Meanwhile, seeing that, Sean's probably got to be thinking, what on earth did I miss here?
Yeah, I know. And I wonder if he will mirror to the pedestal, you know, on his way into Skullwoods, just to see.
I've done that occasionally in the past, but I tend to find it more slow than...
Yeah. Nope, he's just gonna leave. Oh, he's going back.
Good return for sale.
Yeah. Fungus for life.
It is funny seeing the legal drugs jokes that end up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amusing.
Yeah.
One day I would like to see the old man one get changed as well. So right now it's like Gary the old man or your ad here when it comes to the new version, but I'd like to see it reflect the item that he gives as well, kind of like the rest of them here. That would be really cool.
That would be
interesting to see what the mushroom would come up with then. You know?
Yeah. Oh, the boy feels love again. A little sad. Like happy sad. Okay. Let's see what Mothula gives. I'm a little curious. Won't be anything interesting. Might even just be like the compass.
Well, at least the fight shouldn't be too difficult considering Tempered Sword here.
Yeah. I did mention this, I think yesterday during commentary, but you can actually, when Mothula's up at the spikes like that, you can poke dash him to do damage, and also will hopefully get him away from those spikes at the top. But that's a way to kind of, you know, if you find that he's just like hovering in the corner a lot, you can just poke dash him to get that.
Yeah, that's something I should learn how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Well, obviously Moth didn't have anything useful there.
No,
no. Just a map for the troubles.
Yeah, and he's gonna go check pedestal.
Yeah, the blind pull, as we thought.
Blind pull. Yep. And what is he gonna get?
The heart
piece.
piece. That doesn't even fill the thing. And at that...
Yeah, that did prompt Sean to quit the race, to forfeit from the race, because he can't find Ether. So
that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you've still got a dungeon to do afterwards, and your opponent finished 5 minutes ago. I can understand that. It's like it's same that we've seen it many times in the tournament before. Like the obvious meme one is Terra with the Sanctuary, but there have been plenty of other times where this has happened as well. And it's really unfortunate. And we've just told him where it is because he's asked where it was where Ether was in the race chat, and we've just told him because he's obviously out of this race here. And yeah, his reaction was just awful. You know?
Yeah.
Which is about what you would think. Like again, there's that's it is really unfortunate, but these things happen to everyone. That's Randomizer for you, and you can be sure that this will not happen again in the third race.
Yeah, and like I have definitely been in that position before too. I mean, we all have, like you said, it's happened to everybody. So it's very easy for that to happen, and when it does, it sucks. Like I said earlier, you get to the point where you're like, what did I miss? I don't know what I missed. And going back and checking over or rechecking all the places that you've been is not a really great option. You don't want to do that. It takes a long time. So, I mean, what's your option really at that point other than to just forfeit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was a good race from him overall. I mean, he was in the lead for quite a while. He was doing really well. He was making some really great decisions, and you know, as always, his execution is great just because he's a great runner of this game. But it was going really well for a very long time. It was a good race. And really, what more can you want? I mean, it's just an unfortunate circumstance, really.
Oh, yeah. Right, let's bring Wolf in. Hello there!
Hello, Wulfy. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Oh, that must feel relieving.
That went pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your sort of mentality going at GT there, knowing how most of everything was kind of in the way in this seed?
I felt like I was probably not behind, so I just decided to play it straight.
Yeah, because, I mean, the bow was in a ridiculous location, but other than that, most of everything else seemed to be just about in the way. The big sort of catch was that Sean did Thieves Town as soon as he got into the Dark World, which he didn't have boots, he didn't have hammer specifically, and never went back. That's the unfortunate thing there.
I really wanted to check more overworld before going in there without a hammer.
Yeah, we noticed, and that definitely paid off. He did have quite a crystal lead before then, though, because he went to Palace of Darkness a fair bit earlier. So there was a decent crystal lead and set up at that stage. But in addition to missing the Ether, also missing Sahasrahla at the time, so no Ice Rod until quite a bit later as well. And that is when the table sort of started turning.
Yeah, it was, I think he had about 4 crystals by the time you got into go mode. So he was really clearing out everything and really trying to find those last items. But yeah, I mean, this is the way Randomizer works.
So talk us through the start of this. When you get Titan's Mint and Moonpearl and Flute before you've even left Kakariko, what is going through your mind at that point?
I wasn't really thinking about the Dark World at that point. I was thinking of going up the mountain.
Because there's so many places that get opened up when you have that diversity at the beginning. And I know from experience it can be kind of overwhelming in a sense. Like, where do I go first? Like, what's the best idea here? There's so many places to go, especially in this logic, where you know that a lot of these progression places will be a bit more favored, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really the trouble with getting the Moon Pearl and Mitts so early on, is just trying to decide where to go, like what's the best option.
I just kind of kept doing my usual light world routine. I wasn't really thinking about it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way of going about it, but it is just interesting seeing how different people... I'm trying to think, because most of the stuff was kind of in the way within this, other than the bow, really. I'm just trying to think what other, I guess, interesting decisions could be made out of this. Like, what was your take on this overall?
It was a fairly generous seed, I think, except for the, trolley bow and hookshot in POD.
Yeah.
There were a lot of sort of side quests I went on that didn't really pay off, like going into Hera, picking up the witch's item and the shovel, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Sean inevitably did these as well later on, but
yeah,
I know that feeling too well. When you think you're doing stuff in the, I guess you've got the highest density of places to go at the time, and then you still look at it and go, well, that didn't pay off at all. I got no items out of this, so... Oops.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So, at least it was a pretty good hike cave, though. Being able to take you along to Palace of Darkness and whatnot after getting the hammer there, that was quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really like a nice progression of items, I guess, getting hammer and fire rod, and then getting to pod, and then you get bow and hookshot, so it was really helpful, I guess, in that sense.
I should have realized I could have combined my trips to the Catfish and Zora. I didn't realize till afterwards.
Yeah, Sean ended up doing that later on because he did this one giant loop around, which you did most of the loop, but you had already checked the Zora, obviously, so slight difference of it there, but he did this one giant loop going from Village of Outcasts all the way down. Missing purple chest at the time, but yeah, basically just doing everything in the Dark World Sands of the North side in one shot, which was pretty good. But no, it's fine. Didn't cost much in this one. And it could have easily been Pegasus boots or something that you got from Zora, and that would have been absolutely massive. So again, such is Randomizer.
Yes. And it looks as though we have a Donkey Kong Country match coming up next.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's that tournament going on now too. Another good game to watch for sure. A lot of interesting strategies. I speedran that game once upon a time, but it's a hard one. So,
is there anything else you want to add before we hop off then, Wulfy? Anything you're looking forward to in Game 3, or...?
Looking forward to winning in Game 3, hopefully.
That's always a good thing to look forward to, yes.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and goodbye.
Yeah, congratulations again on the win. We'll see you in Game 3.
Alright. Well, with that, I guess we should probably sign off as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this race as much as we have. Definitely great working with you. And until next time.
Yep. But
for
stay
the thrilling
tuned.
Conclusion of Wulfy versus Sean.
Yeah. But stay tuned for the Donkey Kong Country match that's coming up next. I believe that it's scheduled for 2 p.m. And yeah, so just stay tuned for that. It'll be exciting, as always. But thanks again, guys, for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed this race and the commentary. Make sure you follow the runners.
Absolutely. The runners are fantastic during this tournament. Definitely more to follow.
Yeah, definitely.
And join the weekly later. Didn't sort of think about that, but the DKC tournament being in the middle of this is actually pretty convenient because the weekly is in just over an hour. Starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. So definitely join in on that if you are interested in doing anything to do with a randomizer.
Yep, and we're being told by Fiesel that both the DKC matches are going to be on Speed Gaming rather than this channel. So make sure you head over to twitch.tv/speedgaming to watch those at 2 p.m. All right. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.